Hola, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos a una nueva entrega de Genshin. Am, hmm, No voy a hacer las misiones del día. Pensé que las iba a las iba a hacer, pero no. ¿Hay alguien acá? Hola. Nice. Creo que habíamos descubierto que el tema de la persona que se... Ah, la mejor de defensa, no. Eh, que la persona que uno dice, che, necesito verte, qué sé yo, son 2 días. No es al día siguiente, son 2 días. Y la verdad que medio... Tendría que ser uno por día. Uno por día estaría bueno, ¿no? Lo llamo, que venga. Recién, el video pasado pedimos de hablar con Freminet. Freminet no aparece en Fontaine. Así que...
Ad astra abith.
Voy a la expedición. Vamos a dar vuelta. Gracias. ¿Cuántos tenemos de espera? 22 horas. Bien. ¿Cuánto tenemos para tirar? Ah, perdón, pifié. 19 tiradas, ok. Y de la tienda se reinicia en un poquito más. Ok, ahí tenemos una melusina. Hola, melusina. Gente de la gendarmería fantasmal. Bueno, vayamos entonces a continuar con esto. Volvamos a nuestra habitación a descansar. Las misiones creo que no nos van a dar nada. Quizás la del gato, pero no creo. Vamos a descansar y vamos a seguir con la misión principal. Descansa hasta el día siguiente.
So much noise. What's going on this time?
Hey! Where's Flint's? Is he here, or isn't he?
We would be most obliged if you would pipe down a little, dear guest. Our other guests are resting.
Resting? We're all about to be done for, and you're talking about rest? Flint's is a wild hunt shapeshifter, here to deceive us all! If we don't get rid of him now, there'll be no end to this!
You'd better give him up. If anything happens, your business here is done for. You want that, huh?
Or are you in cahoots with him? You with the wild hunt too, huh?
What happened? Did something leak out? But we were so careful last night. How did anyone see us?
Todo esto es muy raro. No creo que sea culpa nuestra. Y seguramente... Reír. Mando el cabo suelto seguramente. Se pasa por alguno y digo, che, ¿viste que se hace pasar por...?
What do you mean?
¿Saben algo? O, si no, no habrían dicho eso sobre la cacería salvaje. ¿De dónde han sacado eso de un monstruo de la cacería salvaje que cambió de forma?
This is so confusing. What do? These people are no match for Flint's, but they're superheated right now. It's not like all the unusual stuff about him will make it any easier to explain either.
Tenemos que ganar algo de tiempo.
Okay.
Hey! Let us in now!
My apologies. My apologies.
Hold on. Calm down, everyone.
What in Tevat is the meaning of this racket? Are you intent on depriving both the Voynich Guild and the Curatorium of Secrets of even a moment's rest? Boss, do we really have to entertain people who don't respect the rules? Call a few of your boys and have them thrown out.
And what hole did you crawl out of?
A watering hole, of course. The one you've just disturbed. A place to get a moment's respite from all the recent unhappiness, and to escape from all this talk of the wild hunt, or strange ghosts and phantoms. Who'd have guessed people like you would come bursting in, shrieking louder than any ghoul?
This is a matter of utmost importance. We've got solid evidence. All we need now is to confront Flint's face to face.
Exactly. And you sure don't look like an impartial party either, Nefer.
Oh, don't I now? How about this then, boss? Let them do their search. If they find their man, they can have their little chat. But if they don't, then they owe everyone here an apology, as well as compensation for all the racket they've caused.
Wait, it's...
All right. I suppose that's the only way. If we don't let them in now, they'll be back sooner or later. What a mess.
Oh, all right then.
Well, I'd say that sounds like an impartial proposal. What say you? Or are you suddenly unsure of yourselves?
Come on, everyone! Move it!
No sign of Flint.
But how can that be? Hasn't he always stayed here?
Done searching, are we? Guess it's time to uphold your end of the bargain, huh?
Fer les deja ir.
So, Paimon, you've been waiting to ask me something, haven't you?
Yeah, how did they even find us here?
My inside man with the Lightkeepers informed me that you paid the crime scene a late-night visit. I surmise that you must have rendezvoused with Flint's and obtained some new information. Then, early this morning, a group of people gathered at the town gates, news spreading amongst them that the wild hunt could disguise itself by taking on familiar faces. Everyone started throwing out the names of possible suspects. No one, seemingly, was exempt. And amidst it all, Flint's name started gaining more and more traction. I'm sure his solitary lifestyle may have played a part, but I wouldn't discount Rerir throwing fuel on the fire in secret.
So, did Flint's make his escape after hearing about this?
And that's where I, Yehoda, the quick-witted, fleet-footed backbone of the Curatorium, got my chance to shine. While everyone was super focused on the argument in the main hall, I alone noticed an opening.
I got her to climb up to a window to help Flint's out, only for her to return with nothing but a lantern.
Aw, come on, boss. I was just getting started.
We initially intended to bring Flint's back to the Curatorium and wait those people out, but I never expected this to be all that was left. I imagine, though, that he wouldn't have left something that was so seemingly important to him behind.
Might he intend to come back and get it later? Maybe. I'm not sure.
Well, he's out of harm's way now, so that's not super important, right?
Oh?
What Paimon means to say is, we've got lots of new intel to share.
All right then. Yehoda, contact the others. We're going to need all hands on deck. Let's have this discussion over at my place.
Intercambio de secretos para formar a compañeras.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, you go find a flea market.
I see. So Flint's has a fragment taken from within a wild hunt anomaly.
Is he gonna be okay now that he's on his own again?
Earlier, he said that the fragment had gone still, so it's probably of no use to Rare now.
In that case, Rerir shouldn't have any reason to keep pursuing him, right? So, was all that ruckus back at the flagship just an act of spite? Or what?
If I were him, I would have simply turned my attention to collecting other fragments.
A reasonable course of action. Remember what we heard back at the tavern? The actual number of wild hunt anomalies destroyed has been greater than Lightkeeper records would indicate. Some of these must have been Rerir's doing. He must have been seeking more fragments.
Huh. This much is pretty easy to understand, but why would he pretend to be Soci and put so much effort into getting the cannon up and running again?
Maybe 'cause that'd be more efficient than having to clear anomalies himself?
Flint dijo que los fragmentos se desintegrarían si los alcanzaba el cañón. Según Flint, el cañón podría desintegrar los fragmentos con sus disparos.
Yeah, I'm confident that the ammo we're packing has the oomph to do that. But I am a mechanic after all. For me, test data and their conclusions speak loudest. Ooh, why don't we find a few of those fragments ourselves and use Kuvaki to carry out a little experiment?
Our lab could certainly accommodate such a test.
In other words, we gotta destroy a couple of anomalies and collect fragments from them, right?
Lightkeeper operations have just about ceased following the Sergeant Major's passing. Meanwhile, the wild hunt continues to grow in scale by the day. I fear only we can keep the situation under control now.
Then we best act fast. Paimon's got a bad feeling about this.
A feeling we all share, I'm afraid.
Fragmentos el Kubaki Rerir, el poder del abismo, la sensación de que hay algo que lo conecta a todo. Además, ¿de verdad lo único que quiere Rerir es vengarse de Flint? Nos falta una conexión que sea determinante, pero nos estamos quedando sin tiempo.
There are 3 wild hunt sites that must be dealt with urgently. But I believe we have the capacity to handle it.
En ese caso, me gustaría investigar una cosa sobre los lampareros. Entonces, voy a investigar algo relacionado con los lampareros.
Works for me. Enough and I will take our workshop assistants to deal with one of the sites.
The curatorium will handle another.
And we Frostmoon Scions shall deal with the remaining one.
Paimon didn't think she'd ever get to see everyone here carrying out a plan together like this.
Never mind you. This is a first for me, too.
Let's head out then. We'll meet back up at my lab with the fragments.
Se encuentran con Rerir, no luchen contra él. Rerir se ha vuelto más fuerte que nunca, no luchen contra él si lo ven.
Understood.
Time is of the essence now. Our foe could make his next move at any moment, so we must stay in contact with one another.
Gotcha! Stay safe, everyone.
Huh. Anyone seen the lantern? Has Flint dropped by already?
Well, considering what you said earlier, you know where we're going next, right?
El cementerio, noche final para ver a Flint. Okay. Ok. ¿Hay algo? Ah, hay. Estamos 23. Ponga. Bueno. Ahí va. ¿Está allá arriba? No me digas que está allá arriba. Estoy abajo. Acá puede ser cualquier cosa. Abajo, arriba. Ah, no está. Ahí va.
Points for agility.
Try and stop me!
Oh. Aquí ya es en aparero esto. Oh. Lo juramos que lo siguiente. Así. La noche de estrellas y luna. Perdón.
Oh, no one's guarding this place just like he said. But, oh, where do we find the information he mentioned?
This way. Let's move. We're running out of time.
Ah! There you are! Okay, let's split up and make this happen. Or not! How are we supposed to read through this many files?
Demasiado.
Difficult, yes. But it is also our most efficient option. To expose the true intentions of this Rerir, we need to dive into Nod Krai's history.
Hope we don't land on our heads then. Ah! Ghost!
¿Qué ocurre?
That file suddenly moved by itself. This is a graveyard, right, Flint's? Do these things just kind of happen?
Many strange things happen here, but this is not one of them.
But that file really did move by itself. Hey, come out! Don't scare Paimon like that!
Percibo nada.
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log?
Hey! Another file's moving!
El título es muy similar.
Are we being given hints? I feel no hostility. On the contrary, it seems we're being aided somehow.
Really? Hey! Seriously, another one? Okay then. Paimon will read this one. Phew! Finally finished. Oh, Paimon sure could use a long break from long words now. Hope she can remember it all.
The material I've read through has all been about past Wild Hunt incidents of enormous scale. What about you?
El mío también era muy parecido.
Paimon as well. Guess that makes 3 of us.
Whatever this is, it seems to want us to notice something. Let's bring our files together and give them another look through.
All right. Paimon will go fetch hers. All these incidents look pretty different.
Wait. I've noticed something. Before the occurrence of these huge Wild Hunt events, a smaller scale one would erupt in the exact same location. And look. All these smaller scale Wild Hunt site reports share a common outcome.
They'd be detected, but would go inactive before any forces could be sent to deal with them. They could then be sealed directly using a tide seal stone. Huh? But why?
Reír era el que se estaba ocupando de los incidentes de cacería salvaje.
Some of these records are too old. I doubt he had regained the ability to act freely yet, or we would have met long ago.
Ah! And here's another similarity. Kuvaki in nearby soil completely drained. Could this be important somehow?
Kuvaki and the Wild Hunt are mutually opposed forces. We Lightkeepers previously believed that these small Wild Hunt sites would temporarily go inactive due to being neutralized by the Kuvaki present in the soil. But now that we've synthesized all this data, there is a key issue this hypothesis cannot explain.
El Kuvaki neutralizó la cacería salvaje. ¿Por qué hubo después incidentes a gran escala? ¿Cómo pudo haber incidentes a gran escala si el poder de la cacería salvaje había sido neutralizado?
Indeed. Despite the name, I would not call a tide seal stone's sealing powers watertight exactly. But for it to fail and the situation to deteriorate in such short order.
Paimon feels like she's almost got it.
El Kuvaki no solo no suprimió la cacería salvaje, sino que esta se volvió incluso más fuerte. Por otro lado, Reír quiere usar el cañón de Aino. La munición también está hecha con Kuvaki. ¿Será que Reír puede usar el Kuvaki?
Yes, that might be it. It could be that when Kuvaki and abyssal energies meet, the stronger side will suppress the weaker one. And while Kuvaki can indeed destroy small-scale Wild Hunt anomalies, should Rerir be strong enough, the Kuvaki might be his for the taking instead.
Paimon kinda gets where we're going with this.
El abismo siempre busca correrlo todo. Es igual que cuando los antiguos dragones tuvieron que enfrentarse a la amenaza del abismo.
What are you referring to?
Oh, we had a real close encounter with the Abyss in Netland. It's a force that tries to taint everything. It's hard to explain in detail, but basically, your reasoning makes sense.
Entonces, Reír se volvió más fuerte gracias al disparo del cañón. El disparo del cañón fortaleció aún más a Reír.
Was there a gap between him pretending to be Sergeant Major Sosi and the cannon being fired?
There was. Aino needed to make some adjustments after we finished those repairs. Rerir, disguised as Sosi, left at that point, leaving him more than enough time to shapeshift into you, return to the Lightkeeper's office and set up the crime scene, before heading over to the cannon's target area and absorbing the Kuvaki.
It all makes sense. And all that just for the fragment I had with me. It begs the question, What makes it so special that he needs it so badly?
Eso sigue siendo un misterio.
That's odd. We shouldn't have any guests. I'll go take a look. Ah, it's an ibis.
It's carrying a letter! Oh, Lala must have sent it. She can speak to little animals. Huh. Let's see here.
Situation urgent. The cannon began operating shortly after we left Nasha Town and is preparing to fire. It is locked on to Star Sand Shoal. Please return to Nasha Town and assist with all haste. Lauma.
That's gotta be Rare Ear's doing. But why is he using the cannon again? Didn't he already fire it once before?
No time for speculation. He's already made his preparations. If you recall, his body was incomplete when we last met. If this bombardment continues to increase his strength, he might regain his complete form.
La versión completa de uno de los 5 grandes pecadores.
Huh. What should we do? There's no way we're getting back to Nasha Town in time.
Solo nos queda confiar en ellas.
Let's go to the cannon's target site. That's where we should find Rerir, and that's where we'll stop him. One moment. Just let me get this news to Lauma. Nasha Town is in their hands now.
Go! Fly! Not a moment to lose!
You're here, as expected.
Humans, you never change. Always trying to use powers you neither comprehend nor control. But it is also thanks to you that I found a way to return.
You've messed with the cannon again, huh? Sorry, but this round's not gonna go your way.
Such faith in your companions. But will the inhabitants of Nasha Town understand why they wish to stop the cannon? I think not. When all they see is the wild hunt surging up everywhere they look, the cannon must seem like their only lifeline. This is the truth I have revealed to them.
Así que fuiste tú quien metió esa idea en la cabeza de la gente. Así que tu plan era tentarlos para disparar el cañón.
They did this all of their own volition. The zealous worship of power leads only to annihilation of equally zealous proportions. True power does not heed the commands of the weak.
You were waiting for us to leave Nasha Town then.
Of course. I imagine the one you call Aino would have managed to stop the cannon otherwise. Shame, then, that you proved one step too slow. In their folly, the townspeople will bar the path of all who seek to stop the cannon. And your kind-hearted, weak companions have not the stomach to deal with them. The cannon will not be stopped now.
Well, sir, you look most pleased with yourself. In that case, before you put us out of our misery, I would like to ask you a question, if I may. See this fragment? It once haunted your dreams. But now it seems useless to you. What is it exactly?
That is my corpse.
Sorry, what?
My body was once torn into countless pieces and hurled into the swirling chaos of time itself. But even so, my life and will were not extinguished. Every last fragment calls to me. Sooner or later, they shall welcome my return.
What are you even saying?
Huh. So the terror of the wild hunt was in fact caused by scattered pieces of your corpse. I guess they don't call you one of the 5 sinners for nothing.
Serendipity guided the fragments to construct an incomplete version of myself, upon which I began collecting more within wild hunt sites across the land. But each time, the fragments I obtained were hardly worth mentioning, while that which you hold in your hand was my heart.
So that's why it responded so strongly to you.
Only by retrieving this most critical piece could I gain mastery over the turbulent Kuvaki energies and be fully reborn.
Hence, you fired that first shot, hoping to regain enough power to seize the fragment from me.
Are you completely crazy? Weren't you afraid of dying?
Dying? Such power has no hope of killing me. It may destroy my form over and over, yet always I rebuild it. It may smash my flesh and crush my bones thousands of times and more, but that is of no consequence to me. What truly infuriates me, however, is how you've destroyed my heart. All that suffering, everything I endured, and all for nothing.
¿Quieres volver a sufrir una vez más? Sabemos que el resultado va a ser... Sabes, el resultado va a ser el mismo.
I've adapted to the strength and flow of this Kuvaki. The next cannon shot will multiply my strength immeasurably. It will not be a full restoration, no. But it will be more than enough to destroy any in this world who stand in my way. Still, I suspect the Kuvaki will have rendered you down to nutrients for my consumption well before you have the time to kneel before me.
Traveler! Behind you! Look at that light!
Un poco antes.
Dang it! Who fired up the cannon without my say-so?
Its defensive barrier has also been activated, likely in anticipation of interference by malicious actors.
The air is thick with fear and anxiety. It's spooking the birds and beasts. What exactly is going on?
You're here. Looks like this was all part of Rerir's plan. Not only did he plant seeds of suspicion in people's hearts, seems he's now igniting them. Yehoda's gone in to scout out the situation. She'll be back any minute.
I'm back! I'm back! Oh, it's bad out there. Rumors flying everywhere you turn. Something about the wild hunt preparing to spawn a wave of monsters, the likes of which we've never seen before. But that's not even the worst of it. Lots of folks don't even believe the cannon can prevent this crisis, so they're getting ready to make a run for it. Others are trying to make a quick buck out of this whole mess.
How could they still be thinking about Mora when such a catastrophe is imminent?
Unprecedented danger brings unprecedented opportunities in its wake. A chaotic situation can bury much wrongdoing. Even those who flee without reserve put themselves at the mercy of the divine. Is it any wonder, then, that some will aim to profit? After all, a gamble that might rewrite one's entire life is hard to come by.
Even so.
Well, seeing as you disapprove of their actions so strongly, Lady Moonchanter, I suggest that you be the one to handle them. Not like that's the only major problem on our plate right now.
Affirmative. We must quell the chaos in Nasha Town as soon as possible. Also, the unexpected activation of the cannon entails a high risk of incorrect operation. This must be stopped in a timely manner.
People have been talking about how someone might come to stop the cannon. They've decided they won't let anyone in.
What? I made that thing! They can't just take it from me! Oh, let me over there! What are they gonna do? Stop me?
They might, if Rerir has already formulated some countermeasure. For example, he might have spread a rumor that the Wild Hunt would take your form.
Possibility, high. If they view the cannon as Nasha Town's only hope, they are likely to conclude that anyone who tries to stop it must be with the Wild Hunt. We will face strong resistance, but they're just ordinary people. Brute force must be avoided, if possible.
There's no time. Let's go into the town. I'll find some way to calm the townspeople. You find a way to stop the cannon. Oh, you're back. And you have a letter? The Traveler won't make it back in time. So they're heading straight over to Star Sand Shoal instead.
Wait, what? Isn't that the cannon's target? Why would she go there?
Assessing risk level. Maximum.
So if we can't prevent the cannon from being fired...
Then she's prepared for the worst.
And we must ensure that her trust in us is not misplaced. Let's go.
Someone help me! What are you waiting for?
This place is burning too!
Most of those we've met so far have been attempting to escape, so they haven't gotten in our way. But it won't be so easy from here on out. Looks like they formed groups to protect the cannon. If they believe that we're with the Wild Hunt, we'll have no choice but to force our way through.
Is that Lady Lauma? But are you really her?
It's you, Rixa. I believe you recognize this power, having lived on Hisi Island for so long. It is not something that anyone else could imitate.
I do, yes. So it really is you, my lady. But why are you here? Really, I believe you, but the others, well, they'll be on high alert.
The townspeople have been misled into believing that they needed to activate the cannon. I am here to stop them.
But...
I know what you wish to say. Our island and Nasha Town have never had close ties. There should be no reason for me to intervene. But you chose to leave the island. You had the resolve and the courage to start a new life. It is unfair, unjust, that you should be dragged into this mess just as that life was about to begin. I seek to redress this injustice, not only for you, but for everyone here who wishes to live their lives free from this chaos. Please, have faith in our long-standing friendship, and that this is where my heart has led me.
Thank you, my lady. Thank you. Please help us.
Then come. I need you to step forward alongside me, and to do your part too.
All right, I understand.
Seems we chose the right person for the job. All right, everyone. Let us meet again later.
Huh? You're not coming with us?
We won't be able to calm this storm by our power alone. As such, I'll need to contact some... let's call them friends in high places, shall we? Let's go, Yehoda.
Okay. See you again, everyone! That is, if we can.
Remember these words. The road shall be paved with truth, and we shall pave it ourselves.
It's you, Lady Moonchanter. It's her. Everyone, it's her.
You're right, my lady. At times like these, we must rely on ourselves.
I always knew something was off about you.
We
You're
won't
actually
let you
some
pass.
abyssal creature, aren't you?
Time to teach
Leave
you a
this to
lesson
us,
you
Lady
won't forget.
Moonchanter. Go.
Lady Moonchanter, there's a child here!
It's all right now. Go, quickly.
You wretched monsters! You're not getting anywhere near the cannon!
The monsters you fear do not exist here. The madness you have fallen to has been the source of untold disasters.
You think we had a choice?
Destiny is no excuse for greed and destruction. The choice has always been yours to make, and it remains so, even now.
Thank you for bringing us here. We can quickly overcome the barrier by going upward from over there.
The cannon is all yours now.
Got it. Thanks, Lauma. Enough. Give her a crankake.
Orders received and immediately deferred. Departure takes priority.
Please, everyone, listen to me. I will not deny that we hold different beliefs. But in the face of the immense threat that hangs above us all, we must persist in trusting one another. Otherwise, rifts will surely form, prized open by those who harbor ulterior motives. If your fear is born of helplessness, if you flee because you know not how to fight, then follow me, you who are lost. I am no god. But so long as we hold our candles steady and unite beneath the same moonlight, no deception or rumors can be concealed from us. Let us resolve then to defend ourselves and to stand firm against the false illusions by which our foe seeks to beguile us.
Let's go, Anafa. This way up. This is making me dizzier than I expected.
Adjusting route. Make ready.
Out of the way, small fry. What happened to the path?
Track missing. Fall imminent.
Come on, come on, come on! Get out of there!
Whoa, nice!
Preparing barrier breakthrough. Brace for impact.
Knuckle Duckle, what are you doing here?
Niño pato, un robot de combate con forma de pato que fusiona que funciona con Kubaki. Está formado por una amalgama de piezas de metal desechadas que cuentan con varias estrategias para enfrentarse a sus oponentes. En cierto punto durante el combate entrará en modo pato aniquilador, en el que sus ansias de combate aumentarán y se protegerá con una protección. Además, invocará asaltapatitos flotantes para abrumar al enemigo. Cuando eso suceda, tendrás que encontrar la forma de lidiar con los asaltapatitos. Usa el daño de las reacciones de electrocargado lunar o destrúyelos directamente para interrumpir sus ataques y hacer que carguen contra la protección de puño pato.
Installation chamber deployed.
Go claw! Lash attack!
Yeah. Ultimatum protocol.
Chew on
A ver qué tenemos. Arma. Sabiduría fraguada. ¿De dónde? Leyenda de Celta Tribu. De los herreros del pueblo de los manantiales. ¿Okay? Y obviamente que ya tiene la suya, ¿no?
Interference detected. Entering countermeasure mode.
Go claw! Look, the rainbow!
Cleanup sequence.
Easy! This isn't good enough, we gotta hurry!
Scanning. Kuvaki ammunition fully loaded. Preheating complete. The cannon is going through its final pre-fire checks.
Oh, all right. Let's hit the emergency brake.
Assessment. Not enough time. Emergency brake will cause internal explosion of stored Kuvaki. Damage assessment. Incalculable. Nasha Town likely to be blasted skyward.
No! I mean a manual brake, the primitive kind.
A manual brake. Understood. Roger that. We are out of time.
All your efforts have been futile. It is too late now.
Perhaps you're right. Why aren't you running?
Sigisato passa sax, intili potutos. In necritus necrus baptusi, cenis omnes tu zonos pentusi. Os esticos palatin pirantur misurucu, topir tua ition veratum.
Well, that's not good.
Sluggish. Torpid. This body is a disappointment. I can barely muster 10% of my original strength. You've ruined everything again.
Let me guess. You didn't get a human body back, did you?
What's with him?
Cuando su presencia se ha vuelto completamente diferente, ahora está aún más fuerte que antes.
Verfnir. Rhindaughter. Flinders. Flinders.
Watch out! Whatever rationality he still had when he was searching for his body is gone. All that's left is the calamity you see before you. A monster fueled by nothing but his own obsession.
Matters not. Having a heart. Being human. It's all irrelevant. Completely and utterly insignificant. You matter not. Nor does anything in this world. None of it matters to me! Fools. Time to die! You too have the potential to be driven mad by knowledge. But the truths you seek are so insipid, laughable that you should die for their sake.
You're wrong. The unknown is but a fog to be dispersed. Knowledge is the true pillar of the world. You're not the only one who got stronger. Polonia!
Colombia. ¿Aquí?
Looking for me?
Tocó el mira. ¿Tenías que aparecer por la espalda?
After sensing your arrival, I wanted to see how close I could get to you from behind. Because you had nothing better to do, or...? Is that how it seems? No different than when I was with the Fatui, then. There was never much for me to do. The Tsaritsa only sought the power of the moon goddesses. I was never dispatched to see Xenosis or anything like that.
¿Qué solías hacer con tanto tiempo libre?
Take walks, watch the moon, sometimes sing. But I came to do that last one less and less after Sandrone forbade it. She didn't like your singing? No. She praised it, actually. But I had only recently joined the Fatui then, and she said my singing set the others on edge. Because, for those not in the know, it seemed like I was about to use... some sort of power. Oh, huh. Paimon can sort of understand that. Oh, and there was another reason. She said she did most of her research at night, so if I sang during the day, it would disturb her attempts to catch up on sleep.
Creo que es...
So, I used to just sing outside her door at night instead. But still, she always chased me away. Aha!
¿Te vas bien con los demás?
Get along? When we first met, Arlecchino did seem eager to get along with me. She often showed up behind me without making a sound, like I did to you earlier. She said it was an attempt to test me, I believe. I too attempted to join in on the game, but she always managed to spot me before I even got close. Eventually, I resorted to using Kuvaki and managed to give her quite a scare from behind. But she never played that game with me again after that. Yeah, Paimon doubts that was a game to the knave at all. What else? Oh, the doctor often asked me to assist in his light realm-related research. I obliged him a few times, but it was so dull. Use Kuvaki to strike this. Use Kuvaki to control that. I stopped going after a while.
Te veo de muy buen humor. Has hablado mucho del pasado.
Yes. Even though I've run away from home, I do have some fond memories of it all the same. Arlecchino and Sandrone treated me quite well, along with...
¿La cara se ha acordado de alguien?
Give me your hand.
¿Ah?
Rosaline taught me. It's important to always express gratitude to others.
No es nada.
So, thank you for listening to me.
Esto, la gracia de la diosa.
I believe that's enough for today. Whoa, that was sudden.
Raymond, creo que está recordando el pasado.
Yeah, guess you're right. Well, let's not bother her then.
Ahora solo una nueva avenida.
It seems this young lady aided in our escape. You have my sincere gratitude, dear madam. The flowers here bloom in such peaceful silence. I imagine you would not have invited anyone here were it not an emergency.
Qué buena percepción tienes.
Oh? I take it that means you've been here before then. In that case, I count myself fortunate to be your associate.
Columbina! What did you do that for? I studied his abilities inside out, equipped Paulownia with comprehensive countermeasures. We were going to settle the score!
But he still broke through, did he not?
What? You expect a battle to be completely one-sided? I just didn't expect him to have no sense of honor whatsoever. Paulownia would have been fine in a head-on clash, but battles just get chaotic.
Oh, so you actually thought you could win. Have you been taking care of yourself lately? Your calculations seem to have deviated quite seriously. Perhaps you could try sleeping and rising earlier. Or you could adopt my previous recommendation and...
Hey, listen here, Columbina. I tolerated your nonsense previously because we were colleagues. There's a Fatui warrant out on your head, and don't you forget that. Don't make me fight you right here and now.
Oh, I was just a little concerned about you, that's all. Just like that time when you weren't making any progress with your research. So you went and cooped yourself up all alone.
That was none of your business! And don't you ever drag me out to one of your freaky hovels again! Come on, Paulownia! We're leaving!
Well, anyway, thank you.
Gracias por habernos ayudado. Esto sí que no me lo esperaba.
I was worried about you, too. Not only because the remains of the eternal moon goddess cannot fall into his hands, but also because you've done much for me yourselves. And then well, I brought your associate along for the ride, too. But that was as much as I could do.
You're not afraid to speak your mind, miss. I like that. Please, call me Flint's. It is my honor to make the acquaintance of one such as yourself.
Still, what do we do now? Rirer's gotten stronger again. At this point, it doesn't seem like we can beat him.
We did block most of the Kuvaki, so I'd say we've put a lid on his plans for now at least. But we still don't know what his aims are, and he may continue gathering power. So we must be very careful.
After you left, I could no longer sense his presence. That means it's safe out there for now, right?
A question, if I may, kind Miss Columbina. When the cannon's Kuvaki beam was deflected earlier, I saw several bolts of energy streak toward Hisi Island, only to be blocked. Did you also have a hand in that?
No.
I see. Curious.
Oh yeah! The cannon veered off course in the end, didn't it? Paimon wonders how Aino and the others are doing. Let's head back and check on them.
In that case, Miss Columbina, I shall not disturb your serenity any longer. Thank you once again for coming to the rescue.
Go now, all of you. Do not worry.
Gracias.
My strength still isn't returning. It seems my time is running out.
¿Dónde estamos ahora? Afuera, ¿no? Nueva misión de magnetos selénicas disponibles. Ok. La otra... Acá tenemos, bueno... Ese ahí... Parece que Aino y Nefa están preocupadas por algo del taller de que Klinkan. Aino parece estar ocupado, ok. Vamos. Hablar con Inefa primero. ¿A dónde? Bueno, está.
Almost there. That should do it. Once Nefa wakes up, I'm treating myself to 3 whole slices of cake.
Ay no, ¿qué pasa con Inefa?
Oh, hey! Are you here to play? Sorry, but I'm busy right now. Just give me a bit. I'll be done soon. And Nefa's fine, by the way. Just undergoing some routine maintenance. But a few days ago, Yehoda called her an unfunny, dum-dum, metal-faced lunkhead. Right before starting her maintenance, she asked me if I could upgrade her sense of humor.
No sé si tiene sentido del humor o no, pero Inefa está bien como está. Eres una madre buena y muy atenta, Aino.
Well, of course! Why, I'm Queen Parent of Parenthood Kingdom! Okay, I'm going to activate her. Inefa, wake up! Time to get out of bed!
Good morning, Aino. Good morning, traveler. Aino, have you managed to upgrade my sense of humor?
Duh! Such a trivial task is nothing to a genius like me. Now, time to do some testing to see if the upgrades resulted in any hiccups. Inefa, can you add more sugar to my crumb cakes? Please respond to me in a way that is humorous.
I cannot. The more sugar I put into a crumb cake, the less sugar the crumb cake will have.
What?
The more sugar I put into a crumb cake, the more prone Aino will be to toothaches. The more toothaches she has, the less sugar she can consume. The less sugar she can consume, the less sugar I can add to the crumb cakes. Therefore, the more sugar I put into a crumb cake, the less sugar the crumb cake will have.
¿Fallas en su lógica? No creo que funcione así.
Okay, that's not supposed to happen. Help me with another test, will ya?
Añadir mucho azúcar en los crumb crackers y hacer que ahí no coman cosas dulces será peor. De ser así, la situación empeorará. Y entonces, ¿qué?
If it stays bad for a while, the traveler will crack a smile.
¿Cómo?
What?
¿Esto se puede considerar sentido del humor? Supongo que ahora tiene sentido del humor.
You are not laughing, so I suspect I was not understood. Actually, the first joke I told used a deliberately flawed chain of logic. After confusing the relative relationships between crumb cakes, sugar, Aino, and Aino's dental health, I drew a ridiculous conclusion. That the more sugar I put into a crumb cake, the less sugar the crumb cake will have. For the second joke, I used a rhyme scheme between the similar sounding phrases, bad for a while and crack a smile, to express humor.
Okay, well, the jokes are funny, but the punchlines don't work if they aren't explained.
Yes. However, according to my database queries, Such statements are considered humorous due to their chaotic structure and lack of direct causal relationships. Such chaotic sentences serve as a form of guidepost, while the humor lies in the explanation that follows.
Oh. Huh. Interesting. Enough. Write some of these chaotic jokes down. We'll get Yehoda to be our guinea pig. Traveler, why are you covering your face? You got a toothache? Have you gone on a sugar binge too?
No, solo me siento un poco cansada. No, solo me he quedado un poco helada.
Huh? What's wrong? Don't tell me you're getting sick or something. Enough. Go make her something warm.
Understood. Maybe she ate too many hara fruit, a type of plant from Sumeru.
Huh? What do those have to do with any of this?
No preguntes más.
Because eating them can make you feel horrifyingly cold.
Bueno, intento.
How's the little deer, Enougha?
Its wounds are beginning to heal. Condition? Stable.
So that doc's medicine worked after all. Is it still in pain?
Pain is unavoidable. However, it will surely recover soon.
Okay, Enougha. Next up, make us some cakes. Oh, and crown gakes too. I bet it's gonna be starving when it wakes up.
You are speaking on your behalf, I know, not the deer's. But rest assured, I have a recipe for animal food, which I will prepare shortly. You cannot consume food meant for animals, I know.
Hey, I wasn't thinking about stealing a sick deer's lunch, okay?
¿Qué le pasa a este ciervo? ¿Lo están cuidando?
We are. We encountered this deer under a cliff. It appeared to have fallen to the bottom of the cliff and it was badly injured. Therefore, we brought it to a town to visit a doctor. We also acquired medicine for it. Our current plan is to care for the deer until its wounds heal. Afterwards, we will bring it to a nearby forest before returning it to its herd.
Sucede ahí, ¿no?
I know, we have discussed this before.
I can take care of it. I'll get up early to feed it. Heck, I'll even brush its fur.
The previous time you got up early to feed it, you hugged it and fell back asleep. Both you and the deer only finished half of your breakfast portions.
Well, that was that's...
When you were brushing its fur yesterday, you played ball with it, successfully distributing its fur to every corner of the room. And it clogged my vacuum cleaner when I tried to clean it up.
Pobre Nefa. Tienes un buen corazón ahí, ¿no?
I just couldn't help playing with it. Fine. I'm sorry, I guess. But even if you say all that, No, I want to keep it as a pet. I'm already used to waking up early, giving it water, brushing its fur, then playing with it. If it suddenly leaves, I'll have trouble adjusting. The deer will too. Look, even the deer doesn't want to go.
I am incapable of understanding deer speech, I know.
Well, just look at it. Haven't you heard actions speak louder than words? It loves me this much. If only the deer could talk. It could do all the persuading then.
And then I could tell it to stop helping you eat the vegetables in your breakfast every morning.
What? Enough! How'd you know?
I did not know. It was merely a guess. You have proven it correct.
Ugh, you're such a big, sneaky, lying meanie, Anefa.
Tomorrow morning, I will supervise both of you as you take your breakfast.
Quedaban estos tres de acá, pero supongo que son de alguna misión o algo. Así que es como que todavía no podemos hacerlos. Y tenemos esto, que seguramente es algo relacionado con... Como tenemos este punto de encuentro, tenemos este otro punto de encuentro. Este será otro punto de encuentro. Así que lo que vamos a hacer, vamos a tratar de tenerlo antes de seguir con... ¿Qué onda?
Oh, gloomy skies overhead. Oh, just like the last time we were here. The air's all icky and sticky and dark and damp. Oh, we didn't get a good look then. All Paimon remembers is that really tall tower. So, let's explore the area more fully this time. Wait, is that...
Linz?
Ah, good day, you two. Assuming I don't have the time wrong.
Buenos días. No, es de noche. Yo tampoco sé qué hora es.
Then let us forego these niceties. It is always dark here in the final night cemetery. Time becomes somewhat meaningless.
Phew! Well, it's good to see a familiar face. Especially in this darkness. Oof! It really gives you the heebie-jeebies!
You needn't worry. This is my humble abode, and the tomb of the Lightkeepers. And while somewhat dark, it is on the whole a safe place. That being said, I rarely receive visitors here, save for the occasional colleague. What brings you two here?
Well, to be honest, we just wanted to see where you live. We were in such a rush last time, we didn't get to do a proper tour.
I see. In that case, as guardian of the tombs here in the Final Night Cemetery, allow me to extend the warmest of welcomes to you both, on behalf of the spirits who slumber here eternally.
Wait, do you mean there really are ghosts here?
That is correct. As you may have noticed, this island is dotted with headstones. You might think of it as a veritable necropolis filled with souls. Isn't it a welcoming thought?
Not at all. If anything, this place just got scarier.
Ah, apologies. It was meant merely as a gesture of the hospitality that you deserve as guests. We don't receive many visitors here, after all. But I suppose it is a tall order to expect people to suppress their fear of ghosts. Even so, I do hope your visit shall be a pleasant one. The spirits on this isle, while somewhat old-fashioned and hardly gregarious, are an unassuming crowd who keep to themselves. I have found they make perfectly decent neighbors. If you still have misgivings, I can only suggest that you avoid staying outside where possible. The ghosts do not tend to set foot indoors very often, although that might render your sightseeing experience a little less riveting. Let me think. Most of the camps on this isle have been removed, and only the lighthouse remains, symbolizing the many battles the Lightkeepers have fought against the Wild Hunt. In that regard, it has quite a bit of historical value, and is thus well worth seeing.
Yeah, that was the first thing we saw when we arrived. So, it's a lighthouse, huh? What happened to the light?
Years of disrepair and a shortage of fuel, I'm afraid. As this island became abandoned, maintaining the lighthouse became increasingly difficult. Besides, even if we were to rally sufficient manpower to repair it, it would serve little purpose these days. In the past, it guided people on their way to and from the island. But all those people now lie beneath our feet in eternal rest. Well, that is perhaps not entirely accurate. They do sometimes come running out, speaking once familiar utterances into the void. In which case, since you are not used to the darkness that shrouds this island, you could consider restoring the lighthouse to illuminate your way. I too know well the comfort that a distant ray of light can bring on those lone journeys through the cold night.
¿No necesitas el faro, Prince? ¿De verdad podemos toquetear el faro de los lampareros? ¿Podrías ayudarnos? ¿Es difícil encender el faro?
Speaking as a lightkeeper, we no longer need the building all that much, and I am under no official obligation to maintain it. And personally, I am more partial to the night than the day, so I find myself quite comfortable here in the dark. Besides, I have a lantern of my own. I would rather tend to that than rely on a more distant warmth. As such, you should have no issues using it, so long as it helps you. I believe there should still be some backup fuel for the lighthouse stored in an old tent to the north. That should be enough to serve your present needs.
Entendido.
And if you should need to find me, I will be in an underground basement on the north side. That's where I will be sorting through my reports. I will meet up with you once I have completed my urgent tasks.
Encuentra...
Huh. There really are a ton of headstones here on this isle. And they're all so old you can't make out the words on them at all. This place is super dark. Feels kind of stuffy too. Huh. And there are ghosts over there. Either way, let's try not to get their attention. Let's just grab the fuel and go.
The sky is so dark. I'm scared. They're staring at me. You sure took your time, didn't you? Come on, help me shift this fuel. It's almost time for our lighthouse shift.
Does he mean...
Tranquila, Paimon. Estoy contigo. No responde, sigue caminando.
Look at you, shaking like a leaf. You scaredy cat. How you made the cut as a ratnik, I'll never know. Come on, grab your stuff and let's go. Perhaps I'll even tell you a ghost story on the way.
What? A ghost telling us ghost stories? Wait, hang on. Was he just trying to scare us?
You ever heard of the blue fire? As we all know, when you're out walking out at night, you should never look behind you, and never look all the way down at the ground. Always look ahead into the distant skies. Well, that's because the Wild Hunt watches us from the darkness. They wait for you to lose your way in the fog, and then, when you're at your most vulnerable, they come and take your life. That's why it's dangerous to travel alone in the dead of night. But sometimes, if you're lucky, you'll see a blue lantern shining out in the darkness. They say it only appears if you've run into the Wild Hunt or if you can't find your way at night. Either way, if you ever see the blue lantern appear, you must remember to follow it. Don't ask me what it is, 'cause I don't know. My granddad says it's one of the Fae that used to live in Nod Krai in ancient times. But it could equally be the ghost of one of our fallen warriors, one who truly hated the Wild Hunt. Whatever it is, the blue lantern seems to be on our side,
The side of the Light Keepers. I'll bet that's why the Starshina wants to make offerings to it on the island. Ah, shucks, look at me talking away. I totally forgot I've still got fuel to move.
Wait, but we brought all the fuel with us. What's this guy talking about?
All right, I'd better get back. See you later, scaredy cat. It's nearly time for my shift.
Finally, we're here! Let's find where the fuel goes and pour it in.
Toman en cuenta el depósito. Pertener.
Woohoo! The light's on! This should make things way easier. Now we can keep exploring.
Oh. Ah. ¿Algo más? Que no, pero bueno.
Are you running away?
Ah. Oh, okay.
Great, the light's on. Guess I won't have to worry about moving fuel anymore.
Hey! It's the ghost from before who was talking about moving fuel. What's he doing over here?
The wild hunt came. It passed through all the graves. The fog clung to our ears, stuck to our mouths. We couldn't see or hear each other.
What's he talking about? Has the wild hunt really showed up? Paimon didn't see it at all.
To the lighthouse! To the lighthouse! We've got to get a signal to the units outside before they reach us. Don't just stand there gaping. Pull yourself together. Every second we hesitate could mean another dead comrade. Have you forgotten how to send signals? Come on! I've told you before, a Lightkeeper always has to be prepared. We're all gonna die. They'll strip the bones from our spines.
Something's off. All the ghosts are coming this way.
We too shall cry tears of blood. The Wild Hunt is here! We've got to think of something quick! Okay, we'll try and stall them at the base of the lighthouse while you head up to the top.
Up to the top. Signal. Think of something.
If you've forgotten how to send signals, check the handbook. We nailed it to the tower for moments just like this.
Do not fear. Do not fear.
Don't leave our bodies to the Wild Hunt. I beg of you. That is no way to die.
Death. Wild Hunt. Go to the lighthouse.
Oh, the ghosts have surrounded the tower. Should we do what they're asking? Sounds like they need us to head up, find the handbook, and use the lamp to send a signal out.
Intentaré.
Lighthouse. Hope. Everlasting night.
Manaderas de señales luminosas. lista de referencia para señales de manual de señales luminosas. La lista de referencia para señales de luz se describe más abajo. Todo el personal en servicio debe movilizar las combinaciones para no cometer errores. Corto, largo, corto. Corto, largo, corto, socorro. Orientación. Corto, largo, corto, corto, corto. Llamada. Largo, corto, largo. Largo, corto, largo. Seguridad. Corto, largo. Corto, largo, corto. Alerta, la tinta está borrosa. El socorro es corto, largo, corto.
The handbook says that we've got to aim the lamp in the right direction, then control the brightness according to the signaling rules. There are 5 signal types: distress, warning, guidance, summoning, and all safe. Huh. The part that describes the warning signal is illegible, so let's try one of the others.
De aceleración indicada por el fantasma.
Okay, the signal is sent. Let's go check on the ghosts.
What happened here? Ran into a spot of bother? A whole host of ghosts surrounded the lighthouse. I sent them away to prevent them from blocking the area. And when they saw the lighthouse flashing, they departed.
Oh, it was pretty scary. They completely surrounded us and begged us to help them.
Nos topamos con una situación inesperada.
I sensed it too. This graveyard is bereft of life save for passing birds, the insects underground, and myself. Normally, it's so quiet you can hear yourself breathing. Up until just now, that is, when these ghosts started getting agitated. Was it because of the lighthouse?
Cuentas a Flynn lo que sucedió tras encender el faro.
They asked you to send a signal out. How peculiar. In my experience, they have never coerced or harmed anyone in any way. This can only mean that lighting the lighthouse has somehow caused a change in them. I must say, this is quite out of the ordinary.
¿Viste algo de camino aquí? ¿Dónde fueron los fantasmas?
The ghosts here tend to stick to fixed areas and repeat words and phrases that meant something to them in life. But now, all eyes are on the lighthouse. They have a rather indistinct appearance, but when they fix their yearning strongly on a specific place, I can sense where their cold attention is directed. Consider it a natural talent of mine. As to the cause of this behavior, I do have a theory.
¿Qué les habrá ocurrido?
Ghosts are the echoes of living souls, a portion of their thoughts and memories that, for certain reasons, fails to enter the ley lines at the moment of their death, and thus they linger on the surface. The ghosts in question were lightkeepers in life, and as such, I believe the lighthouse is deeply embedded in their memories, something they are instinctually drawn to. Relighting it must have stirred something in their memories, causing them to depart from their usual behavior. You might not be aware of this lighthouse's past, but it once served a great many functions. From guiding passing merchants and lightkeeper fleets, to reporting on the Wild Hunt's activity in the surrounding area. In the days before this was a graveyard, its light was never once extinguished. It came to symbolize the hope and warmth that the lightkeeper sought to bring to Nod Krai. But alas, the light of this historic outpost was snuffed out in a conflict against the Wild Hunt several decades ago. According to our internal records, that conflict cost the island 90% of the troops stationed here. The Starshina of that time eventually decided to send a warning signal to the outside.
Wait, a warning signal? So, they didn't use a distress signal and call for help?
Indeed. The warning signal saved the nearby merchant fleets and patrolling lightkeeper ships. Without it, they likely would have been pulled into the fighting with little knowledge of the situation. But at the same time, this signal also cut the troops on the island off from any possibility of rescue. The Lightkeeper Oath contains a line that goes as such. Our bones and blood we shall use as fuel. We shall make life greater than death. It is a line that strikes at the very heart of our principles. Should we find ourselves at a great disadvantage, we are to prioritize the preservation of life and ensure humanity's long-term survival. After all, the Wild Hunt is a never-ending threat, while our numbers are limited. This principle is most cruel to those who must sacrifice themselves. And yet, most of us willingly abide by it.
Shoot! So we sent out a distress signal, but what the ghost actually wanted was for us to send a warning signal, right?
Habremos hecho.
You feel you unwittingly did something wrong? No, I don't think so. Ghosts are but the memories of people that once were. You may have stirred up those memories, but that is all they are. Those to whom they once belonged are long gone. Still, I can see that you're concerned about them. And truthfully, so am I. If you wish to find them, just follow me. Ah, yes. And please do not be alarmed by anything strange we may encounter along the way.
Ok, tiene su arma. Artefactos es la noche de revelación del cielo. Noche de la revelación del cielo. 3 de constelación, obviamente.
The lighthouse. It's lit! The Wild Hunt! The Wild Hunt is attacking! To arms!
Look! Someone's put out a distress signal! Reinforcements will arrive from the sea soon! Hold steady, everyone!
The coast then. But on which side?
Let's go. Our bones and blood we shall use as fuel.
Where are you going?
We shall make life greater than death.
Never mind. We won't get anything out of this one.
It's too late. There's no point calling for help now. Even if reinforcements from Pyramida do arrive from the north, they'll only end up as fodder for the Wild Hunt, just like us.
The north it is then. Had reinforcements arrived on the day of that battle, they would have landed here. You have to understand that ghosts are hard to reason with. A better way to communicate is to give them key information that might provoke some sort of a reaction. How about this? We'll go in together, but I'll handle the communication. After all, I am not only a lightkeeper myself, but also very accustomed to dealing with ghosts.
De acuerdo.
Don't come near us. Don't try to save us.
Help is on the way.
The Wild Hunt is coming in too fast. There's no time. Let us stay here and take them down with us.
This place will be enough of a graveyard by the time the night is through. Don't send more people to their deaths.
So you don't need rescuing?
No, we do. Please, save us. We can't hold on much longer. Everyone else is gone, and we are lost. What more can we do? Please, someone, anyone, save us.
Ignite the blue lantern. It will guide you far from the wild hunt.
The blue lantern cannot bring back souls from the dead. Even if you light him up, it will be too late. He can help you destroy what remains of the wild hunt, but he cannot save you.
Don't rescue us. Don't come any closer. No, wait. Help us, please. Someone, anyone.
What's this supposed to mean? Do they want help, or don't they?
Those poor souls. On the one hand, they hoped that someone would send out a distress signal and save their lives. On the other, they did not wish to call in reinforcements only to send them to their deaths. And so they sought the help of the Blue Lantern spoken of in local legend. And indeed, one such lantern was still preserved on this island. That ought to have been their last hope in a time of desperate need. But to my great regret, it is of no use to them now.
Will any other horrible things happen?
They will recall the unfathomable suffering they experienced in their final moments. I will do what I can to comfort them.
We shall part the snow curtain of the sky and blast the winter winds across the wasteland.
We have sworn an oath, and so we must fight to the end.
We cannot wait for them to come. We are the last ones. Pick up your weapons.
We are the Light Keepers, who shine the eternal light of hope into the endless snow-swept plains.
Wait! Flint's! It seems like these ghosts have rallied.
Again, they are but the replaying memories of once living people. It is not the ghosts who have rallied, but the Lightkeepers who fought to the bitter end. Viewing the world through human eyes is like looking into a kaleidoscope. It is so complex and yet so beautiful. The sorrow and reluctance in the face of death. The longing for a life of peace and stability. The surprising valor that wells up in the hour of despair. If it were up to you, traveler, would you wish to do something for them?
Tal vez los ayudaría, tal vez honoraría su destino.
Is that so? A response befitting an adventurer of your caliber. Personally, I do feel inclined to do something for them. To help these shadows of the heroes that once were forget the death that will soon be upon them, and return to their slumber. In time, the memories and yearning of these ghosts will fade, and slowly return to the ley lines. But that time has not yet come. My dear Retniki, I am Kirill Chudamirovich Flintz. Once upon a time, it was I who retrieved your fallen bodies from the battlefield. Now, let me once more lay you to rest, for you are worthy of my respect and earnest esteem. Look upon my flame and wander no longer. Return to your graves and forever rest in peace. 6 feet under may you slumber in your erstwhile homeland, and in sweet dreams return to the ley line's embrace. Some of their memories and thoughts have been dispersed. The rest will later return to their usual state.
Tal vez descansen en paz. Espero que puedan volver pronto a las líneas ley.
To me, they are both warriors whose memories should be honored, and my gentle, friendly neighbors. Unfortunately, I did not know most of their names. but my short interaction with them has deposited some of their memories within my flame. At the very least, I know now that the gentleman who moved fuel and loved to tell the tale of the Blue Lantern was named Imo, and the comrade he always called out to was named Itu. Many of the ghosts on this island may have been affected by the lighthouse, and I'm not sure if they'll all undergo changes like Imo. But if you're in the mood to keep exploring, would you come with me? I'd like to get to know them better still.
Vamos juntos.
It would be my honor.
Ahí va. Las crónicas lunares, casa herrero, cuchillo de palo. Primero lo primero y una promesa que apunta al cielo. Dice. Guía. Nada. Misión del mundo para explorar cierta zona. Misión del mundo para explorar cierta zona. Ok. Quiero agarrar esto. Ahí tenemos esto de acá. Ahora sí, volvamos, unirnos con nuestros compañeros en Villa Naya.
Ad Astra Ab. Thank you for complete.
Gracias. Cuente con tus poderes de Villa Naya. Acá. Todos se reúnen para contar lo ocurrido a lado.
Fortunately, we were able to minimize the harm. Only a few townspeople were hurt. But the Región of Solnari has now gained a complete form, while we still know nothing about his goals.
It seems we have done something akin to releasing a vicious cuckoosaur into the wild. I'm sorry. Is no one here familiar with cuckoosaurs?
Paimon knows what you mean, but that analogy seems more than slightly understated.
He said that this world means nothing to him, so it is possible that he doesn't have a reason to fight us at the moment. If his objective had been revenge alone, we would likely have no recourse.
Is there, still time for me to tender my resignation? Just kidding, just kidding. Don't worry, boss. I know there's no running now.
So my cannon, my pride and joy was a hindrance rather than a help. You know what? I'm gonna dismantle it right now.
Es culpa tuya, ay no. Cañón no tiene la culpa, ay no.
That's right. And it still works on normal wild hunt anomalies. Don't let this get you down, I know.
Flints, we'll need you to attend to the aftermath with the Lightkeepers. Don't worry, I've explained everything to them. You're in the clear.
My thanks. For that and for everything else I hear you did to help us arrive at the truth.
Had you been willing to show yourself in public more often, you would not have been so easy to isolate, you know.
Point taken. I will give that some thought. I suppose that's one way I'd benefit from replacing Sergeant Major Sosi.
You mean you're being promoted?
Está bromeando, Paimon.
Was Paimon the only one who didn't get that?
Well, if you've got a moment, would you like to come with me? There's a certain gentleman I'd like to send off on his final journey.
una paz inalcanzable, siga Flins. A ver cómo viene con esto. Ok, la explosiva contienda de los dodocos. Ok. Voy a terminar esto. De elegía. Oh, 500. Recompensa de Arconte. Wow. Este también. Ahora vengo. Ok. A ver.
This man was like a lighthouse. Here he lived as if it were a mere matter of course, and brought light and grace to those around him. But people, once used to illumination, are apt to ignore the lantern's presence. Slowly, gradually, he came to think as such himself. I have achieved too little. I must do better. There is more work to be done. Perhaps his end was tragic. But I remain proud of the way in which he illuminated the path for others. Every shadow born of the light shall remember it.
Oh, poor guy.
Hoy una vez la historia del hada de la lámpara.
I've heard that one too.
Me gustaría poder decírselo también a él. No vale la pena obsesionarse por cómo han acabado las cosas.
Is that so? Well, you're right. It may seem that our efforts were in vain, that Rerir achieved his goals, but we will pursue him to the last, even if the outcome is not what we wish for. It is not dissimilar to the role of a graveyard keeper. We do not seek to bring the dead back to life, only to grant them peace.
Me alegro de que pienses así.
Oh, what are you two talking about? Care to explain?
Este no es el mejor lugar para hacerlo. Te lo explicaré más tarde.
Okay.
Either way, the Lantern Fae is not playing the leading role in these final rites. Lightbearer, with your blood you have paved the road to glory and justice. Even as we hurry on, bruised and battered though we may be, stay a while and look back upon the world and all its love and hatred, until it closes its eyes in the depths of night, and a lantern lit for you alone flickers softly into life. Thank you for everything, Sergeant Major Sosi.
Bueno, lo que voy a hacer es... Vamos a dejar acá. Y en el próximo video lo que vamos a hacer es vamos a continuar con... Estábamos bien. Vamos a continuar con la historia y vamos a empezar con la explosiva contienda de Dodocos. Así que... ¿Cuánto nos queda? 20 horas. Ok. Bueno. Y quizás tengamos la posibilidad de tener los Flins, pero igual vamos a... vamos a seguir teniendo a estos personajes por ahora del banner. Creo, esperemos. Así que bueno. Gracias por haber visto hasta acá. Y nos estamos viendo en el próximo video. Chao, chao.